especially, I'd go to his house, his little house. He had a little house. I would get on my knees and I'd say, pray for me as I go. And he would lay hands on me and pray. And he would always say, I am with you. You're the extension of what God gave me. He would say those words. What an honor. But this one time, the president of Liberia sent me a letter inviting me to Liberia. So I went to see Oral Roberts. And I'm sitting on the chair. I always sat on a very comfortable chair, rocking chair in his house. And I said, I called him Doc for doctor. I said, Doc, I'm going to Liberia. And his face became serious. And he said, stay where you are. Because I was about to get up and kneel. That's what I'd always done with him. I would get up and kneel before I'd go overseas. And we had, every 2 months in those years, a crusade overseas. We had monthly in the U.S., and every 60 days, some other country. So he said, stay where you are. And he stared at me. And he stared at me. And he kept staring at me. And then he said, you go to Liberia, you'll come back in a casket, and God will judge you for dying early. I was shocked. He said, you go to Liberia, you'll come back in a casket, and God will judge you for dying early. And I said to him, I'm not going. So I called the man that gave me the letter, named John Jimenez, Pastor John Jimenez. I called him, I said, Pastor John, I'm not going to Liberia. He said, what do you mean? The billboards are up. Advertising is all over the place. You can't cancel the crusade. I said, Oral Roberts told me I'm going to die. And I don't want to die. He said, you believe that? I said, yes, it's Oral Roberts. He wasn't very happy. A week later was the crusade. They had a civil war that same week. The civil war broke out in the same dates of the crusade. People were killed, and I would have been one of them. When the war began, the crusade was canceled because of that and more. And Oral Roberts saved my life. Had I gone to Liberia, I would have been killed. So just because somebody invites me, as great